Thank you. Can you hear me up the back? Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Look, the other day I was in the car driving up the north coast, and I was in the front. In the back, there's Lillian, Bruce, and Callum. Lillian's a girl, Callum's a boy, and Bruce is a dog. Bruce was in the middle, and it was quite a long drive. It was about 5 hours, and every now and then there'd be this kind of outburst from the back, like, "Bruce, stop sitting on my seatbelt," or "Bruce, stop farting. Dad, can you stop Bruce from farting?" And Bruce had nothing to say about it, nor could I, other than, "Look, kids, he doesn't speak English. You're going to find some other way of talking to Bruce." Then, of course, there'd be the moments where I would turn around and I'd be just shaking my head. Some other commotion would come up and I'd say, "Oh, Bruce, pull yourself together." Or, Bruce, one where I've been caught doing before, and I think I did it, is just giving Bruce a look and shaking my head and saying, "Bruce, you're an arsehole." To which the children would say, of course, "Dad, Bruce doesn't speak English." He doesn't, he speaks Australian. That's why they called him Bruce. We must be what Charlotte would call animal people, or maybe we're dog people, although I don't think we're very good dog people. And in fact, the way I talk to Bruce, I wonder if I'm a dog person at all. I think I might be a failed dog person or a lapsed dog person, to the extent where, when I read about Stephen, and I assume that most of you have read The Children, so you don't need a detailed outline of who Stephen is, I felt an incredible amount of empathy with him, and feeling like I was in his skin as being a non-dog person. There's an incident early in Animal People where his neighbours come up to him and they've got this German shepherd. It's called Balzac. And they kind of confront him with this unspoken question, this subtext of an entire world. We are dog people. Are you a dog person? And he feels that not to be a dog person or even a cat person or an anything kind of person makes him somehow less than fully human. A couple of pages later, an animal welfare activist comes up to him and says, "Do you care about animals, sir?" And his response is, "Right, trouble is I'm late for work." I think Charlotte, through all of that, has intuited something quite profound about our relationship with animals. And certainly for me, there's that moment when my beloved wife is looking into the backyard and screaming out, "Bruce, Bruce, where are you? I mean, Malcolm, where are you?" I think there's something quite deep going on there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I felt that Animal People drew me a little bit closer to something about our relationship with animals and with each other that reduces us to infants, as if we talk to each other as much as we talk to animals, as if we have human characteristics. Animal People is, however, a hell of a lot more than that. I heard Charlotte on the radio the other day being interviewed about pet care and pet psychology, I think it was, and I had one of my shouting at the radio moments. One of the callers went on about something or other to do with her dog, and she said, "Yes, I'm going to get your book, Charlotte," before continuing about her pet care issues. And I'm in my car again, shouting at the radio this time, "You've got one of Australia's best novelists here. She's written a bloody brilliant novel, and you're interviewing her like she's the new Dr. bloody Harry Cooper." Of course, the radio doesn't understand English either. But it did remind me in that way, and I won't bang on about it, just how the public sometimes seems to forget that a novel is a novel. It's not a path towards a non-fictional subject matter that a novelist is meant to be carrying inside that novel, as if the purpose of it is to smuggle in some fact. Animal People is Charlotte's fourth novel. Is it her best? Look, I think it is. They all have their strengths, and it's a little bit like talking about somebody's pets or their children. You don't want to play favourites. It is certainly my favourite, and I hope I don't hurt the feelings of the preceding three novels. But you know what it really is. It's the fourth instalment in a rich and growing body of work. Is it about dogs? Is it about animals? Well, a little bit, but you know, you could think of other subject matter to interview Charlotte about. What about what a bad idea it is for a middle-aged man to buy black and white check trousers from Aldi? What not to wear with Charlotte Wood? Or what not to give when it's time for Kris Kringle in a corporate environment. Now, giving someone a pink dildo? Fine. Giving them a pencil sharpener shaped as a dog that vibrates when you stick the pencil up its rear end? Absolutely fine. Ducking out to the supermarket 5 minutes before the presentation to get a stainless steel coffee cup? Offensive. That's the kind of thing Stephen does, and you know, it's a great novel of offence and causing offence, and Stephen finds a great many ways of offending it, and that's one of the things I love about him, and find that I can identify with in Stephen. You think of somebody with the comic talent of a Jonathan Franzen, and if he had the capacity for envious admiration, which he may or may not have, he would be if he read this book. I would like to hear Charlotte interviewed about the literature of blokes having shithouse days, from Joyce's Ulysses onwards. Charlotte has been, I suppose, quietly putting together the components of the novelist's art for many years, and what I felt when I read Animal People was, bang, she's got them all there. She's put it all together. It does all of its talking for itself. It's got that comic timing. It's got the character that is superbly drawn with that precision of economic but telling detail. It's got a story with an addictive pull. It's got that fine interplay of laughter and care. It's got it just right. And it's got, I think, what you could call an X-ray vision through daily life into the ironic truths that underlie it. And it's got plenty to set you thinking, and not just the animal stuff. It's a world of mad colour and the kind of truth that floats. It's as if when I hear those interviews and I see, you know, Anna Funder here, who gets interviewed as if she's written a treatise on German history, and other novelists who are asked about the subject matter that they've done. What Charlotte's got is she's created a flock of butterflies that are flying around lightly, and when she's being reduced to her subject matter, it's as if she has to grab one of those butterflies and pin it down and talk about it. But as a reader, I just love seeing those butterflies. People love Charlotte, you love Charlotte, and I have absolutely no doubt about the success of this book in every respect. I've seen Charlotte on panels. I've been unfortunate enough to sit with her on panels at writers' festivals, and you know, look with admiration and envy upon the cues she obtains at the end of these talks. People really sense this thing about Charlotte. I think they're often looking for a writer with soul, and with Charlotte there's a lot of soul that is really close to the surface, and people get that from hearing her talk, and people get that from meeting her, and they certainly get it from reading her. So somebody will probably say that Animal People is a novel of Charlotte, of a novelist at the peak of her powers, and they're right. I think of it as Charlotte being at the peak of her personality. Everything I like about Charlotte, her warmth, her skill, her clarity, her capacity for love, and her wicked, uniquely Charlotte sense of humour is in this book. And I'm very proud of you, Charlotte, and I'm humbled and honoured by the privilege of coming here tonight and helping you set Animal People into flight.